make it do it very faster, you just use some strategies. Okay, if you see a polyatomic ion unchanged on both sides, consider them as a single unit. That is the only change. Okay, let's do practice. It says silver nitrate react with the solid copper to form copper 2 nitrate and solid silver. You have to write the equation. So silver nitrate, silver has a charge of 1, nitrate has a charge of 1. So it is AgNO3. React with copper, which says solid, to yield. Draw an arrow and it says copper 2 nitrate. Copper has a charge of 2. Nitrate has a charge of 1. So it is CuNO3 twice plus silver, which is a solid. Okay, let's go ahead and list them. And I'm going to write there is silver on both sides. Silver is 1 on the left hand side and 1 on the right hand side. And this is the additional rule. Okay, if you see a polyatomic ion NO3, look for NO3 on the right hand side. Yes, you are seeing NO3 on both sides. So instead of splitting that into nitrogen and oxygen, I would prefer to write it as a single unit. That is the additional rule. So there is one NO3 here because it is a polyatomic ion. You are not seeing a parenthesis. There is only one. On right hand side, outside the parenthesis, there is a number 2. That means there are 2 NO3. Then write copper, which is 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Okay, now start balancing it. See, everything else other than nitrate is balanced. So I'm going to do multiply whoever the compound has nitrate here, multiply that with 2. So we'll go here. This is a compound of nitrate. You cannot add a parenthesis and a subscript. You are not allowed to change the subscript. So you are multiplying here with what? 2. Okay, that balanced nitrate. But what happens since Ag is connected to silver nitrate, Ag automatically changed into 2 on the left hand side. So you have to do multiply the silver on the right hand side with the 2. So we are going to multiply here with the 2. So we added a 2 here, 2 here. It balanced all the atoms right now. That is balanced. Okay, let's try another example. This time equation is given to you. Let's go ahead and list them. It is reactants and products. Okay, and I'm going to write sodium here on both sides. So sodium is 1 here, 2 here. Chlorine, again 1 here on the left, 1 on the right. And look at that hydrogen, there is hydrogen, 2 hydrogen here, there is 1 on the right hand side. Now there is a polyatomic ion I'm seeing here. Look at that. So both are there on both sides without changing. So I'm gonna write, instead of sulfur and oxygen, I'm gonna write that as a single unit. There is 1 here because no parenthesis there, and outside no number seeing on both sides, so it is 1 and 1. So let's balance them. See, some of the atoms are not equal on both sides. Starting from sodium, sodium is 1 on the left, 1 on the right. So I'm going to do multiply the compound on the left hand side with the 2. So you are going to multiply here with the 2. So when I multiplied sodium chloride, the chlorine is connected, so chlorine is also automatically changed into 2. So I had to balance chlorine on the right hand side, so I'm going to multiply chlorine with the 2. So this is a compound of chlorine, I'm going to multiply that with the 2. So chlorine is balanced, hydrogen now changed into what? Because hydrogen is connected, hydrogen is changed. Left hand side it's already 2, that is balanced. Now sulfate is balanced, this is balanced, so everything is balanced now. Okay, next one. That is the last one I'm doing. The rest of them will be a practice. Okay, Do the same thing. You are listing reactant and product. Starting from barium, there is one barium on the left and 3 barium on the right. Look at this number, 3 barium. And chlorine, there are how many here? 2 here. On right hand side, no subscript, that means it is 1. Sodium, there is 3 here. On right hand side, there is only 1. Oh, now there is a polyatomic ion I'm seeing. This is PO4 and this is also PO4. No change happened, so I'm going to list that as a single entity. Okay, I'm going to write PO4 here, and there is no parenthesis here, so PO4 is just 1. Here, how many PO4 there? There are subscript outside, so it is 2. Now start balancing. Okay, so I am gonna balance barium first. Barium is 1 here, 3 here on the right hand side, left hand side I need 3 more, so I'm gonna multiply this one, that is the invisible one there, I'm gonna multiply that with the 3. Okay, since chlorine is connected to that, chlorine changed into what? 3 times 2, it is 6. So I'm going to multiply the right hand side of chlorine with the 6. That changed sodium because sodium connected into that. Sodium is 6. So I'm going to multiply left hand side with the 2 because already 3 there. So multiply here with the 2. That changed what? Phosphate into what? 2, and phosphate is already 2 there. So everything is balanced. And there is a blank, you don't need to write 1 there. If it is 1, that is always invisible. So now go ahead and practice rest of that, which will be on the practicing page. Okay,